Welcome back everyone. My name is Chase, and I'm speech impaired. My computerized friend is going to help us out today. What in tarnation happened to Chase? How high of a building did he jump from? Did he injure himself in battle? How about a car wreck while attempting to break the world's record for world's most dangerous stunt? Well, he didn't do any of that totally awesome stuff. He's not much of an adrenaline junkie and he's afraid of heights, so what happened to him? Grab an iced cold sweet tea and pull up a chair cause you're not going to believe this.
When Chase was only 4 years old, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor on his brainstem. The doctors removed the mass of the tumor with surgery and then treated the remaining part of the tumor that was attached to the brainstem with doses of radiation therapy twice a day for several weeks to try and destroy the remaining part. Chase made it through the surgery and treatments, but his balance and hearing were slightly off. He had years and years of follow-up MRIs and doctor visits. He lived a mostly normal life for the next 25 years until one day at work in 2016 he had a stroke and was hospitalized for the next 4 weeks. He developed a hard limp when walking from the stroke. He began physical, occupational therapy and had to wear a foot brace to help with his walking. He worked hard every day to try and make a full recovery and even started kayaking. After 2 years he was proud of his results he had achieved through his hard work and determination. In 2018 he woke up one morning to his second stroke and was again hospitalized. He started again with physical and occupational therapies. Once home from the hospital he immediately got back on his daily recovery routine. He was just as determined to make full recovery as he was after the first stroke. In 2019 he had yet another stroke, his third. He went back to another year of hard work, just 4 days before hospital to start the recovery process all over again. He went through another round of physical and occupational therapies and this time his speech was affected so he had to have speech therapy as well. He was also having trouble swallowing after this stroke and had to start adding liquid thickener to all of his drinks. He had to start using a walker to get around the house and also wear a foot brace on the other foot. He could still walk some but only a very short distance. He began using a wheelchair for most of the day for his mobility needs. He had very limited mobility. He had lost most of the strength on the left side of his body. He continued trying to recover as much as could, but was in much worse shape than after the first 2 strokes. He fought hard and did what he could to improve his hand coordination and mobility. On December 26, 2020 he woke up to yet another stroke. This was his 4th stroke in just 5 years. He had trouble getting out of bed. He kept falling when he would try to get back up and his speech was badly slurred. He was refusing to go to the hospital but a family called 911. Chase spent the next 4 months in the hospital. He had very little movement and no strength in his limbs. He had lost all of his core strength and his speech was badly damaged. This one hit him hard. It made it where he could no longer care for himself. He would need help with almost everything, even the most basic needs. It turned him into a quadriplegic. He would need a caregiver to help him now. His caregivers and him have worked very hard towards getting him some movement and strength back into his arms. He can now use his phone, feed himself and can drive his wheelchair a little. But he has no movement in his legs other than he can wiggle his toes. Since then, Chase has had a fifth stroke on the left side of his brain in 2023. He was hospitalized again and now he can no longer drive his wheelchair or feed himself anymore. He can still use his phone but has lost almost all of the strength in his arms. It's been a tough journey, but he never gives up and continues to fight and do the best that he can with what he has left.